Want to talk about today is just road trips, road trips, road trips, road trips. I want to talk about the significance of road trips. I want to talk about the importance of it, the beauty of it, the money, how they work, all that good stuff. And the purpose of it is to just really inspire you guys to want to go travel and make money. When I first joined the business, I joined the business going. It's going to be 5 years in July, if you guys believe it or not. 5 years, it's crazy. Um, so when I first started the business, what I just love going on road trips. I was young. I was 21 years old. There was nothing better in my mind than traveling and going to an uncharted territory and walking through the cities, talking to people, experiencing the life and how the city works, and ultimately making some money, right? There's nothing better than going to another area and making money and pretty much conquering that territory, right? So let's talk about road trips and how they work. So who here could tell me the road trip standard of how it works? Anybody? How do we make a road trip work?
I've been on the road trip to San Diego with
Perfect.
Team All Star.
Cool. And how was that, Henry?
It was great. Other than us getting the Airbnb last minute because our original Airbnb host backed out. But other than that, we made the most of it. We had a lot of fun. And yeah, basically what we had to do was set a standard, set the tone at first, make sure you're focused. Don't just party every single day. And I mean, have your fun, but remember to stay focused. You're there for a reason. So, said I'd go for like maybe 6, 7, try to hit that, and then you have your fun.
Yeah. So the cool thing about the road trip, if you guys don't know, and I can't exactly remember what the rule is. I think it has to be 100 miles from where your address is at, and that qualifies as a road trip. So when you are on this road trip, every sale that you get is an additional $35 that's added to your commission, right? And these $35, what they go to expense, right? So let's break it down here. Let's say, for example, me, right? I'm out here in Chicago. I came out here for a mini road trip, even though some of my guys are moving out here. Let's just say the cost of it's 70 miles. Thank you, Cam. Appreciate it. Let's say the cost of the Airbnb was, I don't know, let's say $350, right? Let's say I got an Airbnb, 1 bedroom by myself. Let's just say metaphorically speaking by myself. So the way it works is you would divide 350 by 35, right? And those 350 divided by 35, I believe that is 10. That's 10 sales. So in the span that I'm out here, if I hit 10 sales, then my entire Airbnb is covered, right? Obviously 10 is a big number. But again, when you're on these road trips, you're working uncharted territory. You do have the opportunity to put up 7, 8, 10, right? Why? Because you're working all day. The sense of urgency is kicking in. You're there for a limited period of time. So you understand that every second of the day counts, right? So what are some things that we need to do in order for us to have success on these road trips? But before I move on, is that clear with everybody, right? You make a $35 bonus and that goes to your cost. Does that make sense for everybody? Any questions there? Nope? Cool. Perfect. So let's talk about actually going to these road trips. So my biggest pro tip to everybody when we're going on these road trips, especially if you're going somewhere far, if you're going San Diego, it's different. But if you're driving more than 4 hours out, you want to make sure you're out there on Sunday. The purpose is to leave Sunday so that you can work Monday. It doesn't make sense for you to go on a road trip Monday so you can start Tuesday. I don't ever see the point of that. You want to emphasize and maximize your time out there. So when we go to the Bay Area in regards to PMG, we usually take off Sunday like around noon, and we get there like around 6, 7, right? 6, 7 hour drive. Gives us time to have a good night, a good dinner, a good night's sleep, plan for the day that's coming up the next day, which is Monday. And on Monday, we're hitting the ground running. When you do go to these areas, you want to make sure you're out there Monday through Friday. It's super, super important that you don't cut the day short on Friday. I can't emphasize this enough. I know a lot of the times we're gone, we're away from home for a week, and guys are getting homesick, guys and gals, and they probably want to take off early. They want to leave at 2 o'clock on Friday to get home by 8 to have dinner at home. I mean, I get it, but you're cheating yourself and you're cutting corners, right? You're already out there for the whole duration of the road trip. Let's make sure you stay out there the whole day, right? If you could even leave Saturday, leave Saturday. Spend that Friday night there. And again, because these road trips, when you're on these road trips, the sense of urgency is through the roof. Because one, you have a goal to hit, and you want to hit your goal because you want the whole trip covered. I can't tell you how many times I've been to Houston, how many times I've been to Dallas, how many times I've been to Miami, Chicago, Oklahoma, the Bay Area, San Diego, San Antonio, Austin, right? These are all places that I go on because of this company, right? These are all the places that I've traveled hitting road trips. And there's no better feeling than going on these road trips and not having to pay anything for Airbnb, not having to pay anything for a hotel, right? How cool does that sound? You got to go to Miami for 2 weeks, go work, go kill it, and you're not paying $1 for your Airbnb. You might pay money when you go out at night, I'll tell you that, but in regards to the Airbnb, you won't be spending one dime, right? So that is the purpose of these trips, to maximize it and make a lot of money. I was out here last week for Chicago. Our team hit about 34. The goal was, I believe the goal was 7, and I hit 8, right? What happens when you hit more than the goal? Those extra $35, now those could go towards gas, right? Those could go towards food, right? Whatever expenses that you use that are paid. So, shout out to Ken and Andy for creating a system for us that's effective where we're able to get cash back for these road trips, man. So again, if you haven't been on a road trip, go on one. And you don't have to wait for somebody to tell you, hey, you know what? Don't wait for Kevin Beast Mode. Don't wait for Abby. Don't wait for David. Don't wait for Gio. For IMS, don't wait for Edgar. Don't wait for Mara, right? Take initiative. Go on a road trip on your own. If you're a leader and you have 2 people on your team, what I would do is I would take both people and I would go to San Diego and I'll go out there for a couple days. Why is it important? One, because you're spending a lot of time with your guys and your gals and you know exactly what they're about. You start figuring them out. You get to know them deep in and deep out. You start building relationship with these people. And B, when you take them on these road trips, they're forced to work. They have no other option. There's less distractions. You don't have to go do that. You don't have to go do this. You don't have to go do that. You have to go work. And when your team is working, they're making money. And when they're making money, you're hitting your numbers. And when you're hitting your numbers, you're making money. And now you guys understand the value of why we go on these road trips and why they're so important, because it's a win-win situation for everybody. Your guys are making money, they're happy, you're making money, you're happy, you're hitting your numbers, right? The partners are happy because you're hitting your numbers. And it's just a beautiful thing all around. All right. So again, I challenge you guys. One thing about me and the reason why I got to partnership quicker than others was because of how I took initiative. I didn't wait for somebody to tell me to do something, right? I did it on my own. I wanted to be a boss. I wanted to act like a boss. I saw Ken. I saw Andy. I saw the way they acted like a boss, right? I met Steve. I met Stefan. I wanted that, right? And if you want that and you hang yourself around people that are already like boss-minded people, you are slowly going to progress and turn into a boss yourself. And that's what we're breeding here at the end of the day. We're breeding people that to become their own CEOs, to become their own boss, right? This business is beautiful, right? You're your own CEO. You don't have to report to many people, right? You don't have people pissing on you for being on your phone, right? We're all adults here. So again, act like a boss, be a boss, and you'll see that you're slowly going to progress into that boss that you're trying to be. But that's really what I have for these road trips, man. Travel, have fun, take advantage of the opportunity. This opportunity is, for me, it's been once in a lifetime. I can't figure any other business that's going to send me somewhere for free, in essence, to make money. So take advantage of it, man. Travel now while we're young. One biggest tip that Ken always used to give me was, you want to work hard now that you're young because you have the energy, because when you get old, you're not going to have that energy to grind. You're not going to have that energy to make money. So now is the time to put in the work. And obviously with road trips comes sacrifices. You have to understand, sacrificing being away from your family, being away from your children, for those of you who have kids, your significant other. And, you know, sacrifices have to be made in order for you to make money. It's inevitable. And, you know, the sacrifice, there's nothing better than you accomplishing what you need to accomplish on the road so that when you do come back home to your family, it was all worth it, right? So that's really when I want to leave you guys with road trips.